Let me introduce myself. I'm Hennig Mitchell. I'm known as H, so feel free to talk to me as H if Hennig is difficult. This is my colleague, John Bowley. We are the founders of FactAsia.org. We're here today to announce the results of a survey that we commissioned from Ipsos, which is one of the world's leading consumer poll companies. And we surveyed Hong Kong smokers' attitudes and understanding of e-cigarettes. Now, e-cigarettes are a technology that leading health and anti-smoking advocates around the world recognize and believe to be the most promising and effective alternative to conventional cigarettes available today. FactAsia.org is an independent, not-for-profit, consumer-oriented advocacy, and we're based in Hong Kong. FactAsia.org is all about consumer choice. We advocate rational debate about and sensible regulation of the rights of adult citizens throughout Asia to choose to use nicotine-related products. We do not, and I want to repeat this, we do not promote the use of nicotine, and we absolutely oppose all underage use of any nicotine product. We do promote balanced, rational debate based on facts, leading to sensible regulations to protect consumers' rights to make informed choices. Now, my background is as a reporter and commentator on the tobacco and related industries throughout Asia. I spent 12 years as managing editor and co-publisher of one of the leading, well, actually the top industry publication for the region. I've been reporting on the tobacco industry, among others, for over 15 years now. And from this vantage point, I have seen and understood the issues that, from both the consumer point of view and from the industry standpoint. And frankly, over the last several years, I've become increasingly dismayed at the erosion of consumer rights, particularly with related to tobacco products and alternatives to conventional cigarettes. Consumers have had no voice in the debate. The debate has been swamped by misinformation, misleading rhetoric, and we believe it's time to set the record straight. Consumers need a voice in this debate, and it's extremely urgent that consumers finally now are able to take a position to understand the facts and to use those facts as a basis for making informed decisions about their lifestyle choices. I'd like to turn it over at this stage to my colleague John Bowley.
Good afternoon, everybody, and again, thanks for coming. I know everybody's busy at this time of year. My background is journalism and communications, although by the end of the afternoon you're welcome to disagree. I am, in fact, an ex-smoker, and coincidentally I gave it up here in Hong Kong about 7 years ago. I've always been interested in civil rights, consumer rights. I got interested in H's views on tobacco, nicotine and consumer rights, and that's why we developed FactAsia. As you see, consumer choice, rational debate, sensible regulation. So I can vouch for how difficult it is to stop smoking even if you want to. There's around 500 million smokers in Asia, about 650,000 adult smokers in Hong Kong alone. And you have to bear in mind that many of them don't actually want to give up. Many of them enjoy their nicotine. But today there can't be anybody left who doesn't know the health risks associated with tobacco. Which segues rather neatly into today's topic, which is e-cigarettes. The proposition, is this working properly? The proposition is that these can help smokers to reduce or stop smoking tobacco. which, as we all know, as I say, has the health risk. As H has already mentioned, there's a huge body of opinion nowadays and a lot of scientific research behind it among medical experts and health professionals and harm reduction professionals that says e-cigarettes offer smokers a far less harmful alternative method of getting their nicotine. Indeed, as one leading expert said very recently, it's at least 95% safer than smoking cigarettes. And that's a view endorsed by just about every expert on harm reduction that we've spoken to in the past year.
I'd like to say a few words about harm reduction here. I think that's a term that's not widely used or understood. I think it's a very important topic to understand if we can. So let me briefly explain what harm reduction is about. The dangers of smoking cigarettes center around the fact that you're burning tobacco, you're setting fire to it, you're creating smoke, tar, and potentially dangerous particulates, which can cause serious damage. As John said, I think we all realize that smoking is harmful. Public health authorities rightly want to try to reduce death and disease from smoking, and that's absolutely the right thing to do. So death and disease associated with the burning and smoke coming from cigarettes is a serious issue. 50% of all smokers are likely to die from smoking-related diseases. This is something that has to be addressed. Now, e-cigarettes, on the other hand, are not smoking and are not cigarettes. There is no smoke in an e-cigarette, and it's vital that we understand the difference between smoking and vaping. No smoke is created in an e-cigarette, only vapor, which is why we refer to using an e-cigarette as vaping. We're using vapor. What kind of vapor? Water vapor, the same kind of stuff that comes out of your shower when you turn it up hot. So a properly manufactured e-cigarette is referred to as a vaping device, or a vapor. It has no smoke, none. No tar, none. No dangerous particulates, none, zero. It simply vaporizes nicotine in a water base using relatively low temperatures, perhaps with flavors and a propellant, at relatively low temperatures, and it delivers it to the user as a vapor, not as smoke. And vapor, as you all know, dissipates very, very quickly. So it's not an environmental issue either. Now, as John stated, many leading scientists and health advocates around the world now agree that e-cigarettes are at least 95% safer than cigarettes. And they are now regarded as the single most promising harm reduction tool available to smokers today on the planet. So this is obviously of great interest to all consumers, whether you're a smoker or not. It's of significant interest to regulators and legislators. Consequently, we set about doing this survey, which I will now turn it over to John to introduce to you. John.